Hi, this is Chris from needlepointers.com, and I'm going to show you how to use these Clover Yo-Yo makers to make yo-yos. I found that making yo-yos are very quick and easy when using this Clover Yo-Yo maker. They come in different sizes, and I have a small, large, and extra large. The finished size of the yo-yo is imprinted on the back, but it's kind of hard to see. The small yo-yos are 30 millimeters or 1¼ inch wide. The large size is 45 millimeters across or 1¾ inch wide. The extra large is 60 millimeters across and 2½ inch wide. Also, on the back of the yo-yo is a line, and that shows you how big the finished yo-yo will be. Each maker has a plate and a disc. The plate has a hole in the center that is used to pop the yo-yo out after it's been stitched. Also notice the small slots all the way around. This is where you'll be putting your stitches. The protrusions or small bumps with the holes underneath around the edge of the plate are used to align with the lines on the disc. The disc has notches around the outside edge and lines across the top. The side with the lines is the front side. The back side is flat. When you put the plate and the disc together, you must align the line with one of the protrusions. When it's aligned correctly, the holes will line with the concave notches around the edge of the disc. So the line here is aligned with the protrusion, and you can see all the little holes around the outside of the disc. What you need to make fabric yo-yos is fabric, and I'm using a charm pack, a needle and thread, the Clover Yo-Yo makers, and a pair of scissors. I found this charm pack in my stash with lots of fun prints and springtime colors. I decided to use this to make my yo-yos. As you can see, the charm pack squares are just larger than the extra large yo-yo, so I can just barely use this for these yo-yos. For this tutorial, I will show you how to make one of the large yo-yos. So I have a piece of fabric selected from my charm pack. Hold the fabric with the wrong side facing you and place the disc of the yo-yo maker on the fabric. It's easiest to have at least 1/4 to 1/2 an inch hanging over the edge of the disc. Have one of the lines pointing upwards in the 12 o'clock position. Then take your plate with the protrusion and have it at the 12 o'clock position. Snap the two together with the protrusion and the line lined up. So that's what it looks like in the front and the back. The fabric should be extending out past the edges by 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch at least. When I use the extra large yo-yo maker, I only have about 1/8 to 1/4 inch extending. Next, trim around the edge to make a circle. I find it's faster to just trim after you have the fabric in the yo-yo maker than making circles to start with. So there's the fabric trimmed all around. Thread your needle with a doubled thread in a matching color and make a knot in the end. I will be using contrasting thread so you can see the stitches I make in the yo-yo. When you are stitching the yo-yo, your stitches will go into these slots. So your needle will come up through the one side here and go down on the other side here. You want to make sure that you're not stitching with your thread going across between these slots, or you won't be able to pop out the yo-yo. You can work around the yo-yo either clockwise or counterclockwise. I am left-handed, so I end up going counterclockwise around the yo-yo. Always start stitching just to the left or the right of one of the protrusions. Have the yo-yo disc facing towards you. Have one of the lines at the 12 o'clock position. If you're right-handed and are going to work clockwise, start with your stitch just to the right of the protrusion or this line. With your thumb, fold the edge of the fabric down and then place your needle into the hole on the one side of the slot closest to the notch or the protrusion. Pull it through so the knot is against the disc in the fabric. Turn the maker over so you can see the back. Place your needle through at the other side of the slot to the front. Pull the thread through until it slides into the slot. So there's the thread in the slot. Continue stitching at the next slot. So I stick through from the front to the back, and I'm on the one side of the slot. Pull it, and you can see my thread going across the front there. And then put it in on the other side of the slot and pull it taut. So again, my thread is right in there. Continue around the whole circle, going in and out of all the little slots. You can work pretty fast once you get started with this. This is a perfect thing to do while you're watching a television show because you can just sit here and stitch, stitch, stitch. So let me finish stitching around and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I've stitched all the way around to the last notch here, and to finish it up you want to overlap the first two stitches by stitching again. So stitch through the stitch with the knot, but don't make sure you don't pierce the knot, and then stitch through the other side of that same slot, and then I'm finished stitching. Pop the yo-yo disc out of the plate and then carefully remove the fabric from the disc. Gently pull the yo-yo thread to gather the disc. As you can see, it starts popping that way, so I tuck it in so that the right side is out. Pull it until it's gathered all the way around and has a pretty tight center. And I adjust the fabric so that the center hole is in the center of the yo-yo. You can see the back side of the yo-yo is flat. Next, make a knot in the center of the yo-yo near where the thread is coming out. Once you have the knot, take the needle and go up through one of the folds and out in the middle of the yo-yo to bury the knot. And trim it close. The end will end up going inside the yo-yo. The yo-yo is complete. If you would like to see a photo tutorial on making yo-yos, please click the link in the description of this video. On that page, we will also have links to purchase the Clover Yo-Yo makers. Do you want to make yo-yos but need ideas of projects to make with them? We also have a link to our page full of free yo-yo projects in the description below. We hope you enjoyed learning how to make yo-yos with the Clover Yo-Yo maker. Like and share our videos, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss future videos. Visit our website, needlepointers.com, for lots of other sewing tutorials and free projects. While you are there, sign up for our free weekly newsletter so you won't miss new tutorials. Happy sewing!